We're almost to a little thing called Red Oak II. There was an artist that worked for Hallmark that grew up in a town called Red Oak, Missouri. And when, you know, he left town, became famous. And then when he came back to Missouri, when he retired, he bought a farm. And he found out that his town, Red Oak, was a ghost town. And all the buildings are falling apart. And his farm is in Carthage, or it's just outside of Carthage, Missouri. So he bought all the buildings in the town, and then he bought a bunch of buildings from the surrounding area that were falling apart, and he restored them all and named it Red Oak II. But you can go see it, so that's where we're going. This is the road that Red Oak is on. Here is just the beginning of it. Some of the stuff that he bought and planted here and to restore. There's the road going the other way. But across the street is this thing called the Old Time Reunion. They got that big barn. It's all barns, but this one has like chairs and stuff. Picnic tables, like you can rent it to have reunions and stuff. Here's the front of it. Old Time Reunion. It's an old barn house. Pretty bitchin'. This is the side of the old general store. And this leads me to believe that there may have been a railroad that ran right next to it. Or maybe behind it. But this platform is like how they'd unload from a railroad with the big receiving doors there. Pretty neat. This sign right here on the screen door this is the general store. Rainbow is good bread. Those are called, I think they're called screensavers or something like that. This one's mounted to wood, but they'd mount them on screen doors because people would just push on the screen, you know, and eventually bust through it or stretch it or whatever. Those were to like the first, you know, like push bar things. Look at here on the town hall for when you're coming to vote. They got a bench for the Democrats and they got a bench for the Republicans. Tells you a little bit about the demographics here. This trolley car was actually a functional trolley car in Carthage. And they're turning it into a diner. It's not quite ready to open, but it has, you can't. See the booths in there? And then it's attached to this little building right here to cook the food. This isn't part of Red Oak. This is just the neighbor. But look at this. I mean, that little cabin right there looks like it's out of Pirates of the Caribbean or something. Really cool. This is hillbilly right here. don't mind your manners here in Red Oak, they send you to the Hooskow. This is a Hooskow, but what they put on it, it says Red Oak Child Care Center, 50 cents per hold. Get key. The general store. I don't think that says store, but it might. Listen to all those bugs. We got old Nash over there across the creek. I swear this little house doesn't even look like a house. It looks like it's on a miniature golf course or something. How cool. Look at this tractor. I think it's a steam tractor. If it's not steam, do the doot, doot, doot below. Check these brakes out. There's a lever pull. It's not lever pulls, it's this thing right here. You twist it and it spins into the big nut there, and that tightens these to stop you. Now watch this. Somebody want to build a rat rod and like really do something crazy with it? There's a steering wheel, and here's the, you know, the makeshift steering thing. So that comes down here to this worm gear mechanism to a gear that tightens and looses a chain on the front end. You know, you tighten this chain, pulls this towards you, turns this big old thing. Here's the pivot right here. And then there's a chain on the other side. You turn it the other way. And it does that. You want some chain drive steering? That's safe. This feller's in danger of getting towed. He's right next to a fire hydrant. Come on, Rat Rod guys. Here's a Pontiac just sitting here. All the glass is good. Here's a funny story about these pumps. These are original signs on them. See there where it says, for use as a motor vehicle only, contains lead, and then anti-knock compounds. Gasoline naturally has lead in it, contains lead. And what's funny is back in the day when you had a choice of unleaded or regular, they charged more for regular because it had lead in it. So they charged you to make it unleaded and then put lead back in it. It's funny. Slightly used tires for sale cheap. That was Red Oak, Missouri. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool.